Okay, so I have read 57 books this year, which is quite a few books. I have a 1-year-old daughter as of November 1st. I have a 1-year-old daughter, which is crazy to me. And I was not expecting to read 57 books. To be honest with you, I was expecting to read like 30 books. But when you're nap trapped, that's all you can do. So it actually worked out really well to have a 1-year-old. I do not expect to get this goal, but I thought it'd be so cool if I could read 70 books this year. But that would mean reading 13 additional books in the month of December. So I actually have 2 TBRs for December. One is like the dream TBR, and then I have another more realistic, I will probably get to these books for sure TBR. So I'm going to start with my dream TBR and then move into my, this is probably what I'm actually going to get to, but just know that the actual books are added into the dream TBR, if that makes sense. Like, maybe I should start with my real TBR and go into the dream one. Is that going to make more sense? Is that going to, like, if I can get to these books? Yeah, let's do it that way then. Okay, great. There's 6 books here that I am still kind of like hoping that I get to these books, but also like these are ideally the books that I read in the month of December. I don't know if I'm going to get to all 6 of these, let alone the other 7, but if we do, we do. Okay? Maybe, I don't know. This is December though. Like literally today that I'm filming, December 3rd, is my birthday. And then we have Christmas, and then like just like there's so much going on. So I don't know if this month is the month to try and make new discoveries, but here we are. The book that I'm absolutely going to be reading, because it's my book club book of the month for December and I've already started it, is The Hobbit by J.R.R. Tolkien. This book was so fun to get started into because I've never read The Hobbit. I've never read The Lord of the Rings. I have seen the movies. I have seen the Hobbit movies. And I will say that this is very fast paced. I was not expecting how fast paced this book was, but it's very fast paced and I love that. I love it. I've read 67 pages and like we've gotten so far in this book. So super excited for this one to be my book club book. So good. That one we'll definitely be getting to. The other book that I'm definitely getting to is going to be Project Hail Mary. This is by Andy Weir. It's actually going to be a TV show, movie, something, I don't know, with Ryan Gosling in it. And it's about this guy and he has to go to space. He's not an astronaut, but he's got to figure out like how to keep Earth from dying. So yeah. It is a book that I will absolutely be getting to because it is a different book club that I'm in. Not the one that I host, but a different one. It's their book club pick of that month. So I will be getting to this. Excited for that. Another book that I will be getting to because I am buddy reading this book is called The Enchanted Greenhouse by Sarah Beth Durst. I read the first book to this. Oh my gosh, what was the first one? Oh, The Spell Shop. That's right. So I read The Spell Shop. It was so good, so cozy, so much fun. I really loved that book. This is the interconnected part of that, The Enchanted Greenhouse. I was going to read this in like October, but then my friend was like, hey, there's snow on the cover, so maybe hold out for the winter time. So I'm going to read it in the winter, which is now. So it's already snowed. It's December. It's snowed outside. There's a lot of snow outside. So I will be reading this. It's called The Enchanted Greenhouse, and I'm reading it with one of my friends. I don't remember what this one is about, but I don't want to read it because I like to go into my books blind. So if you need to know what that book is about, I highly encourage you to go to Goodreads. Another book that I will absolutely be reading in the month of December is, of course, Holly by Adeline Grace. I say that I'm absolutely reading this because 1, it's a novella. 2, it's a series that I absolutely love. I love the Belladonna series. And 3, you have to read it in December. There's no other time you can read it. Like, when are you going to read this? June? No, I don't think so. So yeah, I will be reading this in December. This is a must read for December. I'm excited to read this one too because it's a novella, so it'll be easy to get through because it's a novella. It's kind of a long book for a novella, to be honest with you, but I'm okay with that. I am ready to dive back into the Belladonna series. If you don't know the Belladonna series, this is a novella, so it's not like it's... Anyways, the Belladonna series was about this girl. Her name is Sigma, and she like can see dead people, kind of like the Sixth Sense. I don't know. And she sees death. And the problem is, though, that she keeps killing people, or she thinks that she is. And death is like, I'm always with you. She's like, why? Please don't. That'd be great. Anyways, she can't die for some reason. It's very strange. So they are, I don't know. He's like figuring it out with her. So it's all good. Anyways, another book that I plan on reading is the final third book to the Light Lark series. This is Sky Shade. I read Light Lark and then I read the second book, Night Vein, whatever. And oh my gosh, I loved this series. I don't understand where people were like, I hate Light Lark. I did not get that at all. This was such a good series. So I really need to finish it. I need to read Sky Shade. I've been meaning to read it all year and I just haven't gotten to it. I do plan on getting to it in December, hopefully, prayerfully, hoping that this happens. But I'm excited to get to Sky Shade. And then the last book that I am pretty positive I could get to in December. This is like my realistic TBR. The last book is going to be the final book in the Shadow of the Gods series. This is called The Fury of the Gods, and it's by John Gwynne. This is a like epic fantasy, and it's the Bloodsworn trilogy. Again, I read Shadow of the Gods and Hunger of the Gods. I was completely blown away. I loved this series so much. And so I need to finish it with book 3. It is quite the epic fantasy. We're going to see how this ends. But basically, like, the gods come alive and it's a lot of fighting. It's so good. I can't really explain a lot because there's so much that happens. And I can't really remember what happened in the first book and what happened in the second book. So I don't want to spoil it by mistake. But I do recommend, if you're trying to get into an epic fantasy, this is like the series to start with. I think his writing is so good and immersive and pretty easy to get through. Honestly, like, I can read like 200 pages and not realize that I've just read 200 pages. Like, it's so good. You get very lost in his writing. So very much recommend the Bloodsworn trilogy. This is the third book that I'm about to try and get to for December so that I can finish that series. So those are the books that I am pretty positive that I could get to. Like, if I was going to get to books, those are the books that I probably could if I tried hard enough. Now, I have a series of books that I would ideally like to get to if I could, but I don't know. This is like the dream team books, just so that I could get to hit 70 books read this year. I will say last year I read 126 books. And the year before that, I think I read 101 books. I also didn't have kids. Now I do have kids. So, like, as you can see, like, it's different. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's significantly different. My reading is significantly different. I feel like that's important. I feel like people are like, wow, you read so much. I had no kids. And now I do have kids. But also my kids are, like, she just learned how to walk. So, do you know what I mean? Like, if you have a life, I am a stay-at-home mom. If you have a job or go to school or something like that, you should, like, be prioritizing that. Do not look at my reading number and be like, wow, you get through so much. I am a loser. No, you're not. No, you are absolutely not. I did not even set a reading goal for this year at all. I just was like, I'm going to read and I'm not going to stress out over the number. So again, I'm not stressing out over the number. I'm just saying a potential number would be nice to get to. But if I don't get to it, I really don't care because I didn't set a number. Okay. I thought I was going to read 30. I happened to get to 57. I don't think I'm going to get to 57 next year because my daughter will be mobile. Okay. She's not taking as many naps anymore. She's down to 1 nap a day. We're a lot more active. We're outside. We're doing things. So I just don't see me reading 60 books next year. I just don't see it happening. Do you understand? So I need you to not compare yourself. And also, if you've read 1 million books in the year of 2025, fantastic. That's awesome. Good for you. I think that's great. I'm never going to be able to do that, okay? Not ever again. Like, it's just not going to happen for a very long time at least. I don't plan on it happening, okay? Okay. Now that we've gotten all that out, I have a dream team. These are the books that I would like to get to in the month of December. The first one is going to be A Fellowship of Bakers and Magic. I do want to get to this because I think the series is going to be adorable. It's a baking battle. I think it's like a cozy book too. And yeah, it's about this girl who is a human and she's in like this magical land, and like her neighbor is an orc and loves her baking. So he enters her, or she enters her, the orc enters her into this like baking battle. But the problem is that she's human and everybody else is not human. So she's like nervous going into this battle because she's gonna have to work really, really hard to do anything well. Anyways, excited for this book. I do want to get to it, but I'm not going to cry if I don't. You know what I mean? I gotta make space. Another book that I really would love to get to, because I've had this on my TBR for a little bit, like for a whole minute for now, and that's called Immortal Consequences. First of all, this book is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And it's 6 rivals, 1 victor. Eternity is only the beginning. It kind of feels a little bit like the Atlas 6, and I love that. So anyways, I would really, really, really like to get to this one. I believe this is a YA book. I'm pretty sure it's a YA book. I don't remember though. But I've heard really good things about this. The people who have read it have like really liked it. So I'm excited to get to it. Hopefully, maybe, we'll see. It might be not happening. But another book that I really want to get to, and again, I was influenced. I get influenced very easily. I need to be honest with you. Like I am, you know how like in middle school, they were like, say no, just say, I am saying yes constantly. So that did not work on me, but I was influenced, and I really want to read The Secret Life of Addie LaRue. I love Tiffany Leanne, okay? She's one of my favorite YouTubers, and she wants to read this book. I want to read this book. This book was one of her books in her book club Discord server, which I am in. I'm even a mod there, and I never got to it, but I do want to get to it, so I want to read it. I want to see what's going on with it. I have started it like years and years and years ago, but I got like 100 pages in, and then I had to stop for some reason. I don't remember why, but I got 100 pages in, and then I just kind of set it down and never picked it back up. It happens. Another book that I've started and not finished, Ninth House. Would love to get to. One of my friends has read this and she really liked it, and she said that I need to read it, and I agree. I do need to get to this. The problem is I'm not a huge fan of dark academia. I'm just not. And this is the epitome of dark academia. So but I am trying to get into it again. Like I would like to get back into it. This is the season. I feel like December, January, February, those like darker months, those moodier months, that's the time when you're going to read dark academia. That's the time to do it. So I do want to get to this sooner rather than later. Oh my gosh, that's where my bookmark went. Oh, I could not find this bookmark. My goodness. Why does this book have 2 bookmarks in it? Anyways, moving on. I want to read this. Okay. Another book that I want to read. It is a nonfiction book because I'm in my nonfiction era, and I have been enjoying the nonfiction books that I have been, I have been enjoying some of the nonfiction books that I've been picking up, and I want to get to Green Lights by Matthew McConaughey. I've heard really great things about this book. I've heard that it is definitely a must read. I think Just Allie read this actually in one of her videos, and she really enjoyed it. So I am excited. I would like to get to this if I can. If I can't, we'll save it for another TBR, but I would love to get to it if I could. And then just 2 more books, I promise, and then we'll wrap up. But I would love to read The Book Club Hotel. This is by Sarah Morgan. This book I wanted to read last December, and I didn't get to it, didn't have time, but I would love to get to it to this one. It's for fans of Taylor Jenkins Reid. Like, come on. Who doesn't love a little TJR? And it's about... Oh, that's right. The inn is fully booked. Hattie Coleman and her husband Brent got this like inn in Vermont, and then Brent died like a month after opening this thing. He dies, and so Hattie's friends Erica, Claudia, and Anna come over for like a book holiday, and they like help out with like this whole new chapter thing. So I kind of wanted to get to this, you know, this is like a dream to get to. I would love to get to it. It's in December. It's snowing. It's like the season. And then another book that I would really like to get to, again, you can only read this book in December. You can't read it any other time. Meet Me Under the Mistletoe. Look at this. Look at this. That's a suit. Oh my gosh, that's so cute. That is such a cute cover. But yeah, anyways, she runs a secondhand bookshop in London. And yeah, what is this book about? So her two oldest friends invite her to spend time with them. Oh my gosh, she's going to a wedding in a castle. And she's got to prepare herself emotionally. Okay, so then she falls quite literally in the arms of Isaac, the castle's head gardener, who has nothing but contempt for the snobby prep school kids. That's wonderful. We love that. And then she spends time with Isaac during the wedding festivities. She's falling hard for him. And yeah, she has to decide what kind of life she wants to live and what sort of love is worth the risk. It just looks cute. Like, come on. That looks adorable. That looks like a fun time. A cute little Christmassy read. Meet Me Under the Mistletoe. I will. Anyways, okay. So those are the books that I would really like to get to in December. That would be like the dream. Honest, truly. I would love to. But realistically, I will probably only get to maybe 5 or 6 of those books, which is fine. Like, it's not a big deal. I'm not angry. I'm not upset by it. But yeah, we'll see in January what books I actually got to and what books I did not get to. So that's all. That's the video. That's everything. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. I keep forgetting to say that in the other videos, but this time I mean it. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you in the next one. Okay, bye.